Elon Musk has reportedly declared war on Joe Biden. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of obvious reasons. Biden sucks. He's bad for this country. He's bad for everything. But I think the core of this is that Elon Musk has done such a tremendous job with Tesla. Tesla has made him extremely wealthy. These are electric cars, the best electric cars. Everyone agrees. And he gets snubbed every which way by these people, by the likes of Joe Biden, because it's not about electric cars. It's not about climate change. It's about control and power. And Elon Musk is not a part of that equation. So even when Elon is seemingly aligned with these values of electric vehicles, for some reason, they're just not interested in hearing what he has to say because it's a big club and you ain't in it. Now, some people think that club is all about money. That ain't it. It's the power structures, the political elites. That's why Donald Trump gets the boot. That's why Elon Musk gets the boot. He's the richest guy on the planet. Now, he goes back and forth, but I think he's currently the richest guy on the planet. Well, according to the Daily Caller, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, they're all writing about Elon Musk engaging in a campaign to get influential elites to go against Joe Biden. I'm here for it. Elon Musk has done such tremendous good over the past several years. It's quite incredible, actually. I mean, the SpaceX stuff is great enough. I think there is no more important endeavor than what Elon is doing with Starship. Human colonization of other planets, advancement of technology, reusable rockets, some of the most important technology, lowering the cost, making it easier for us to get to space. Amazing. I like Tesla vehicles. They're great. But I got a gas vehicle, too, because you never know, right? But I'm impressed, and I think he's doing great. I think buying X was a huge move towards a major net positive. Getting rid of the bots, it actually is quite incredible to see this dude working so hard and doing awesome stuff. Let's read. I'm a big fan. There's no question. Let's read the news here from the Daily Caller. Before we do, head over to castbrew.com and buy Ian's Graphene Dream. That's right, graphene. It's Ian's dream, and we made a graphene-themed coffee. It's low acidity. It's the lowest acidity coffee that Cast Brew has. So for those that would like a low acidity coffee, castbrew.com, head over to timcast.com, click join us and become a member, especially if you're watching on Rumble. With all due respect to Rumble, we're big fans, but they don't serve ads the same way. So when we move our content to Rumble, it means we lose that ad revenue. But if you guys really do appreciate that we want to help win that free speech battle and will support Rumble all the same and keep our clips there for you guys to watch, consider going to timcast.com and clicking join us. Let's read the news. The Daily Caller says billionaires Elon Musk and Nelson Peltz are reportedly involved in an ongoing campaign in powerful networks to persuade influential business executives nationwide not to back President Joe Biden's re-election effort. Musk, who owns X, is a prominent critic of Biden and has faced many investigations stemming from the current president's administration since purchasing the company, which is formerly called Twitter. Musk and others who share his political views have been organizing meetings to target Biden, according to individuals familiar with discussions, the Wall Street Journal reported. Peltz, who founded an investment company called Tryon Partners, told the Financial Times in March that he plans to support Trump because of immigration issues and due to fears about Biden's mental condition. This is wild. Elon Musk buys X, and then all of a sudden he's getting sued, he's getting investigated. It is corruption. These people are crackpot, evil despots, okay? Joe Biden and his ilk want to rule by an iron fist. They want to live in the world where they're like, we will destroy you unless you bend the knee. But too many various factions have risen up against these corrupt establishment elites. Donald Trump is far from perfect, to tell you what, my friends, far, far, far from it. But he ain't in the club, as evidenced by the fact that right now, the jury is beginning deliberations. They're hearing the instructions. They're going to start their deliberations. And they may try to put Donald Trump in jail. You're not going to convince me that the powerful elites conspired to make a fake victim of Donald Trump. Okay, they have been trying to destroy this guy's life. Why? It's a big club and you ain't in it. And as George Carlin said, it's the same club they used to beat you over the head with. It's a great joke. Take a look at this tweet from Ed Krasenstein. He says this post explains the relationship between Elon Musk and Joe Biden. Remove by union workers, and Elon would be going over to the White House daily for evening tea. Daily for evening? Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the point. Joe Biden said the future of electric cars, vehicles will be made in America by union workers. Elon Musk says Biden cares a lot more about whether Tesla is unionized than whether Tesla is saving the environment. Yep. Whatever bolsters their power structure, not what actually aligns with any alleged principle. I will give a shout out to the Krasensteins, however. I'm willing to bet that in the long run, the Krasensteins end up abandoning Biden because of his targeting of Elon Musk. Or I should say it this way. If Joe Biden were to ramp up and escalate attacks on Elon as a principal focus because of something like this, Krasensteins are with Elon 100% of the way. Because Elon gives them the ability to speak. Elon brought them back to they got banned on X. I think these guys, the Krasensteins, they're Democrat liberal types, but they like Elon Musk. We'll see where that goes. Musk, Peltz, and others intend to keep hosting dinners and meetings around the U.S. with business elites that will focus on Biden's policy failures, one individual told the Wall Street Journal. Former President Donald Trump and Musk have talked about a potential position for the ex-CEO in the Trump administration if he's reelected, although it is not a certainty, according to the Wall Street Journal. They've also talked about methods to provide the ex-CEO with the ability to give official advice and have power on the president's policy pertaining to various problems, such as the border and the economy. You'll love to see it. I just hope Elon convinces Trump to fund space. That'd be fantastic. Moreover, Musk and Peltz told Trump about an initiative they have worked on to fund a data project to counter voter fraud. Some of the individuals told the Wall Street Journal. Musk and Trump have been having friendly phone conversations multiple times each month on topics like immigration, technology, and Space Force. Let's go. The New York Times, in a Friday article, criticized Musk for supposedly attempting to influence the outcome of the 2024 election. Oh, cry more! Ha! Taking issue with the fact that he tends to attack Biden and defend Trump. Musk has targeted the current president. Yeah, I gotta say this, my friends. You know, I did an interview with Donald Trump. I support Donald Trump. I will be voting for Donald Trump. I have criticized Donald Trump, but I think he's a net positive. I've had this conversation with Dave Smith. Dave Smith's absolutely fantastic, but I feel that Donald Trump's foreign policy has been one of the first presidential net positives I've seen in my life. It's not that many presidents, mind you. I was a baby during Bush Sr., so I don't really remember that. A child during Clinton. Only vaguely remember some of that. George W. Bush is when I start to see it, and Barack Obama is when I really see it. So in terms of what I'm looking for, Donald Trump brings it out in spades. And I didn't vote for him in 2016 because I thought it was all nonsense. I'm like, it's all the same garbage. You know, vote for one of these guys and they're going to pull an Obama and blow stuff up. 2020 came around and I said, this guy's actually trying to end these wars. Here's what we should do. You will be of two minds here right now. We can be a nation that secures our borders, brings jobs back, deports the criminal aliens who are displacing low-skill labor. We can end these free trade agreements like the TPP, which gives power to foreign corporations and governments over us, and work to make this country better. There's another path, the Hillary Clinton route. Threaten to blow everyone else on the planet up so that they're forced to use the US dollar, and then we can print it like crazy and just take whatever we want from whoever. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that world. I'm a fan of apple pie and baseball games, ballpark hot dogs with mustard on top. I'm a fan of this country, the founding principles that made it strong. And if we want to export influence, we do it through merit, not through force. How about this? We secure our borders. We bolster our job market. We bring the economy back. We get rid of these trade agreements. We put tariffs on this garbage that these companies try to bring from when they try to bring their products overseas. All of these things to strengthen the U.S. We bring our troops back. We use our troops for the purpose of defense of our nation. And then with our tremendous success and cultural influence, other countries will try to emulate. That's how I think it should be done. Did I say it was easy? No. Did I say it was possible? No. It could be very hard. But these pathetic losers in the uniparty establishment, like the Clintons, like Biden, and all of their ilk, are just going, but it's too hard. Yep. Doing the right thing is hard, and cheating is easy. You want to be a cheater? Fine. Be a cheater. I think we work hard. We lead by example. We win. I think it'll be very difficult. I think we're up against China's influence, and they're cheating. So it's a big challenge. But you know what? You can see it in the culture war. And the question is, do we win here? Because we aren't cheaters. We're the ones who thought, you know, if Trump makes his argument, he'll win an election. And he did. And then the Democrats, well, they had a shadow campaign, Time Magazine called it. Time Magazine called it a conspiracy. They did not try to win by negotiating and offering up a real argument. No, Joe Biden hid in his basement. So it is a challenge every day. But these are the forces of good and evil, and which side are you on? You know, I think about it like, if good is to be destroyed, then so be it. Because when you as the person fighting for good decide to adopt the tactics of evil, then good has already died. So the only path is to remain as true to yourself as you can and accept that the road of righteousness is extremely difficult. Now, many of you, as we about to jump to the next news story, may be asking, what can I do today? If you don't know what you can do today, I mean, certainly there's registering people to vote. New voters are leaning towards Trump. Register people to vote. Make sure you get all your friends and family to go vote when you have to vote. Know who your local politicians are. All of these things. Knowledge is power. But there is a really simple one. 10 push-ups right now. For those of you who are in shape and have your routine, keep your routine. But for many of you who are not taking care of your bodies, that's one thing you can do right now. Be stronger. When you start exercising and eating right and sleeping right and drinking water, all of the things you're supposed to do, your mind becomes clearer, sharper along with it. I also recommend video games. Certain games, puzzle games, strategy games, these things are exercise for the mind as well. This is the story from the Wall Street Journal inside Donald Trump and Elon Musk's growing alliance. You love to see it. And then we have this. I love it. New York Times says Elon Musk ramps up anti-Biden posts on X. The billionaire owner of X has increasingly been using his social media platform to criticize President Biden for his health and immigration policies, according to a New York Times analysis. Yeah. He says, I cannot see myself voting for Biden this time. Okay. Are you surprised? This is what I love. People who are like, you know, the lefties who are angry about my interview with Trump. And there are people like, why did you push back on him? Because I support him and I want to know what he's doing that I want done. If it was like, I don't know, some leftist interviewing Trump, they can scream at him all they want. Now, to be fair, just because I want to vote for Trump and I think he's the better option doesn't mean he doesn't deserve some pushback. But they told us we had 15 minutes and I stretched it to 17. So, you know, but they were okay with it. And so, you know, it's a challenge of, do we dwell on one subject? And I keep pressing, saying, yeah, but break this down. And then there's another question of Trump may want to do something. Let's talk about mass deportation. It says local police are going to do it. We're going to empower our local officers, bring back immunity. Interesting answer. I believe that is possible. It's going to be a lot of work for local cops. And they're saying there will be deputization. He talked about Eisenhower. And but the reality is this. Trump is the president. He said, as the president says, I want to do this deportation. I want to do it with cops. People say, well, push him more. Tell him, how's it going to get done? Trump's simple answer is, I am going to instruct my team to devise a plan when I'm president. I don't know what else to tell you. Like the idea that I've created this comprehensive network plan for mass deportations right now before I actually have access to our current personnel and all this stuff. No, but this is what we want to do. I'm saying you vote for me. These are my intentions. We will try to get it done. Trump wanted to build a wall. What did he got? Select bollard fencing in key areas. I'll take it. This is the thing about Donald Trump that his supporters got and the media didn't. They said in 2016 that the media took him literally, but not seriously. And his supporters took him seriously, but not literally. And it's actually quite brilliant. The media thought he was a joke. And they thought everything he said was verbatim true. So when he says something like Hillary Clinton, she acid washes her server, they're like, wow, Trump thinks she poured acid on her server. NBC News actually wrote that. Can you believe it? And his supporters know that he's using a turn of phrase. She used bleach spit. So I was at the Mar-a-Lago fundraiser and Trump says, she used bleach spit, this program to wipe everything off, but nobody knows what that is. So I say acid wash. She poured acid on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because the average person does not. So they get what Trump is saying. She purged the machine. That's where we're at. Donald Trump could say something like, we're going to build a big, beautiful wall. And everyone's like, what do I hear from Trump? He's saying maximum border security. Then when Trump gets in, he says, we're not going to do a wall. We're going to do secure triple layer bollard fencing in the key areas where there are problems. It's got to be fencing because you need to be able to see through it. This is why they do the bollard fencing. Trump wanted, hit a bunch of different demos of walls. And one of them was a big, thick concrete wall. But the problem is you can't see on the other side. And Border Patrol, CBP, said we need to be able to see through it so we know who's coming and what they're doing. And so that's what Trump did. And guess what? Trump supporters were like, great. That's all we ever really expected. Trump expressed his intention to do something and then worked towards doing it. That's simple. Here we go. Last month, Elon Musk posted on X that Biden obviously barely knows what's going on. I'm offended by that. He barely knows what's going on, Elon. He has no idea what's going on. Come on. I'm just messing around. He is just a tragic front for a far left political machine, Mr. Musk wrote. It was the 29th time this year that he had posted about the president on X, formerly known as Twitter, which Mr. Musk bought in 2022. Musk steadily ramped up his criticisms of Mr. Biden as the campaign season heats up before the November election. And you know what? Fine. Good. What are you going to do? Oh, I see. See, they're upset because in 2020, Mark Zuckerberg was aligned against Trump. And now Elon Musk is here, aligned with Trump. Oh, wait, there's more. Why Musk is likely the most important business player in U.S. politics right now. There he is. He's whispering to old Donald Trump. Why it matters. They say Elon Musk has 3 essential ingredients to unrivaled political power among CEOs. Control of a massive social media platform, astonishing personal wealth, and now former President Trump's open and willing ear. Please. Zuckerberg has got his own social media platform, astonishing wealth, and the ear of Joe Biden. Y'all can go, well, we'll keep it family friendly. They say that makes Musk arguably the most important business player in modern American politics. He has the power to sway or repel voters and stands ready to win or lose big. We say bigly, given his company's deep ties to government. Musk and Trump have begun speaking several times a month since privately meeting in March at the home of billionaire Nelson Peltz. This is the big story. Musk and Trump's rhetorical alignment has moved beyond mutual distaste for Biden and excesses of the woke left, which Musk cited in 2022 when he voted Republican for the first time. Today, Musk leverages his ownership of X to spread conspiracy theories about Democrats intentionally importing millions of undocumented immigrants to vote in elections. They're literally importing millions of illegal immigrants, and then they count towards the census, which is how we apportion congressional seats. And then Democrats get extra seats because they keep bringing in non-citizens because they are evil. They're evil. I just absolutely love this. The open borders libertarians have cognitive deficiencies. The open borders Democrats know why they're doing it. Imagine it this way. You have a house. Someone breaks in and is sleeping in your room. There's less food. There's less space. They invite their friends in, more and more and more. And then eventually your house is full of people. And you're like, how am I supposed to live? Now you're sleeping on the floor. There's no couches left. The TV's never on the channel you want it to be on. Conflicting interests. That's the game Democrats are playing. And they're playing it for political power. Look at this. They say with more than 60 posts about Trump and Biden this year, Musk has brought an open ideological tilt to X that few social media executives would dare replicate. So what? He allows the Krasensteins to Krasenstein about. For those that aren't familiar with who they are, they're like liberal personalities. Musk has cozied up to right-wing leaders like Javier Milei, Jair Bolsonaro, and Narendra Modi, then secured corporate benefits in the countries they lead. Yes, that's called running a business. And with Trump, who has vowed to dismantle Biden's electric vehicle policies and escalate this trade war with China, one of Tesla's top markets, Musk's priority is likely a détente with hostile U.S. regulators. Asked last year if he was becoming more political, Musk told the Lex Fridman podcast, "I guess if you consider fighting the woke mind virus, which I consider to be a civilizational threat, to be political, then yes." Musk is one of the world's richest men, yet he appears unwilling to spend money, at least so far, in his mission to defeat Biden. Instead of writing checks, Musk and like-minded moguls plan to galvanize America's business elite to oppose Biden through dinner parties and salon-style gatherings, according to the Journal. And good for him. I hope it does. Elon Musk did spend money to gain influence. I mean, he bought X. He bought Twitter, turned it into X. Why? Because he liked the Babylon Bee. They made a joke and they got banned for it. And Elon's like, why? And thus begins the Great War, when he decides he's going to buy Twitter and turn it into X. You know what's fascinating? Somebody said on X, when it was Twitter, what is as of today, the most reasonable means of communication with Mars? Twitter. Twitter is you broadcast a message and then people respond and then you can check it and then you can respond. So what does that mean? It means that if you're on Mars and you broadcast a message that takes 10 to 20 minutes to arrive on Earth, it doesn't really matter because it's a general statement of information that's being sent. It is an outward text network system that works really well for space colonization efforts. I find that fascinating. Now, to be fair, I actually think the real way to communicate is through quantum entanglement. And this is the stuff of sci-fi, but the general idea is you entangle two particles. When they're entangled, when one is affected, the other instantly is affected as well. It may be that imagine it this way. Let me, what do we got here? We have a pen that looks like a 50 caliber round. The idea is that we see a particle here, this tip. We see a particle here, this tip. And what we don't realize is it's actually more like a line, but it's moving through a dimensional space we can't perceive. So when you flick one side, the other side flicks as well. And that's effectively one theory of entanglement. To put it simply, when you impact one particle, the entangled particle, they interact identically as though they were both being affected. What does that mean? If you have one particle on Mars and one particle on Earth, you have faster than light communications. Faster than light. Isn't that amazing? The entangled particles, if you can get them to like binary, ones and zeros, dots, like telegraph, you can transfer large quantities of information faster than light. Maybe that's what Star Trek called subspace, whatever. But that's some cool sci-fi stuff. In the meantime, I'm on board. Elon Musk is doing a fantastic job. He's doing some of the most important work in human history. I'm a big fan. Donald Trump, I'm also a fan. Both of these guys, like all humans, are worthy of criticism. Okay, and the left wants you to only ever criticize them. No, I think they're both major net positive forces for good, and so I respect it. Let's get back to waiting for those jury deliberations. Whether or not Donald Trump will go to jail, we will find out. I'll leave it there. Thanks for hanging out. Next segment's coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel, and we'll see you all then.